Monray Sieberts is here at the outset. Monray, welcome to you from Cape Town. Lovely day here in central Pennsylvania, a little warmer than usual, kind of like what we call Indian summer, where the temperatures come back up a little bit, and it's quite lovely. The temperature's a little bit higher than they usually are. Welcome back to the program. Lots happening around the world, big surprise, but it's our midday chinwag as I'm taking my lunch break. So, for those who haven't caught the news, Sia Khaleesi and his wife Rachel have announced their divorce. Springbok fans, that may come as a surprise to some folks. Pablo Charlie, welcome to you. For some reason, I sort of knew this was coming. I don't even live in South Africa, but I knew they were getting divorced. I don't know if I had a premonition or what the deal is, but for some reason I knew that Sia Khaleesi and Rachel Khaleesi were getting divorced. They have 2 children, I believe. And interesting, their marriage, to say the least, kind of defies all the nonsense about race in South Africa, as of course she's white and he's black. But anyway, so they are getting divorced after 8 years of marriage. Hey Keith, how's it going there in the UK? And Erica, hello Erica, how are you? So yeah, it's that's one of the big stories today, if there's a big story. The other one, of course, is the Ronald McDonald story. Donald Trump went to a McDonald's in Pennsylvania, and the left has lost their mind. They are so upset, so angry at Donald Trump's staged political event. You know, as if Kamala Harris taking stage photographs on Air Force 2, pretending to be doing calls in response to Hurricane Helene, wasn't stage acting. As if her whole plan for black men wasn't stage acting. Hakan Engman, welcome to you. Yeah, it's, look, I mean, the hypocrisy of the media is just hilarious. I mean, it's a campaign. Politicians do that. Can't buy membership in this channel. Erica, make me a member. Why can't you buy it, Pablo? And Erica can't make it. Why is the sun is like right there? Why can't you become a member of this channel, Pablo? What's the deal there? What's preventing you from doing it? I don't know if you guys can hear that annoying lawnmower in the background. It's like a bush hog. Hopefully he'll be finishing. I see one more strip here. Maybe in the next 5 or 10 minutes he'll finish making all that damn noise, that racket. But there's 16 people here at the moment. So what's going on with that? Anyway, so Sia and Rachel Khaleesi, née Smith, will be parting ways. Yep, I'm reading an interesting book written by this gentleman I mentioned yesterday called Live 1652. The book is a fascinating book from a historical standpoint. Who's that, Shawnee? Where's that? It is Shawnee. Hello, Shawnee. You can't see where. Well, membership is on the channel there. It's I don't know what you're using, but someone could probably talk you through it. And that's Tracy Wolf. I thought this said Tracy Wyatt for a second. I'm like, oh, who's Tracy Wyatt? Hey, Tracy, how you doing? Yeah, so Donald Trump at McDonald's and the left lose their mind. You should see the headlines in the New York Times, in Rachel Maddow's op-ed on MSDNC, the Washington Compost, all of them running headlines and spending all kinds of time in ink talking about Donald Trump working at McDonald's, when in fact no one's talking about the federal deficit. No one's talking about Israel. No one's talking about Ukraine. We're all talking about Arnold Palmer's genitalia and Donald Trump working at McDonald's. So, brilliant campaign tactic on the part of Donald Trump. Donald Trump has now had 2 big events in the past several days that have humanized him in a way that the Democrats have tried to undermine. So ridiculous. Never use rain Wi-Fi. I don't know what that is, Charmaine. Yeah, so the first was the Al Smith dinner when he had to give his remarks. And, you know, Kamala Harris is the first presidential candidate from either party since Walter Mondale in 1984 not to attend this huge Catholic fundraiser full of rich people that are raising money for Catholic charities and good causes. But Kamala Harris chose not to go. That sun is beating the heck out of me here. Chose not to go to this event. Who knows why? It wasn't a good move. Rumor has it that she dressed down her campaign manager with profanities and shouted at her. I don't know if that's true, so I can't prove the provenance of that story, but that story has been leaked now for several days, that her campaign manager told her not to go to the dinner, and it was the dumbest thing ever. But Trump was brilliant. Trump his lines were fantastic. He didn't pull any punches, went after Chucky Schumer, the Crypt Keeper. He also told some really funny jokes, not the least of which was the one where he talked about, have you heard about the white dudes for Harris? Yeah, it's okay. I won't get any of their votes, but I'll get the votes of all their wives and all their wives' lovers. That was just classic. That was Reagan-esque. When he did that, that was Reagan-esque. It reminded me of Reagan. His timing was almost as good as Reagan with that joke. But that was brilliant by Donald Trump. And then he goes to McDonald's, and he humanized himself again by, handing out burgers and stuff like that. They made a big deal about, well, it's all staged, that McDonald's was closed. Of course it was closed. Do you think the Secret Service, which has now nearly had the president assassinated twice on their watch, is going to let him, just hang out in a McDonald's that's open and people off the street just drive up and buy Big Macs? No. It's going to be much more controlled than that, folks. Much more controlled. And so that's what happened here. You must be, okay, so that's a service provider. Yeah, it's sort of a purple tie. Magenta, maybe. There you go. It's got blue in it. Dark blue, so yeah, it's kind of magenta. Yeah. 100% silk. So, yeah. He's got at least 3 or 4 more passes before he finishes that damn lawnmower up there. It's driving me nuts. So I'm constantly trying to get out of the sun. My ear is getting fried in that sun. Us pink, pigmentationally challenged people really don't like that big flaming ball of gas in the sky. And I'm not talking about Joe Biden, I'm talking about our sun. It's brutal to our skin. Anyway, yeah, so, sorry, I just saw one of my co-workers out here. Weather is fantastic, Theodoros. The weather's absolutely stunning. Probably a little too warm for me, although in the evenings it's kind of chill. It's nice. Yeah, the tie is magenta. Yep, so there you go. Okay, be gone, Mr. Milman. That's very loud. Anyway, so, it's, that video has stalled now. The one I did in Trump, it's at 103,000. Pretty much done what it's going to do, which is great. It went for over a week, but none of my other videos followed up have done anything. I thought the one at McDonald's would draw people, but there's a kid on the damn escalator again now. That's from Mall Rents. No, but I thought maybe the one I did last night about Trump and McDonald's might take off because everybody's talking about that, but it hasn't done anything. Very disappointing. Put a lot of time and effort into this, and it just doesn't get any attention. But that's fine. Like I said, we reach as many people as YouTube permits us. I mean, how many people got notified of this stream? I can't do a poll, but if you got notified of this stream, please put your hand up. I'm sure most people here actually got notified because I didn't have time to put this on social media. Rainier is here. Welcome, Rainier. Garrett Gillich is here. Cool. Welcome, guys. Good to see you again. Thanks for joining us. 19 likes, 34 people currently here. Be sure to hit the like button. We're about 8 minutes into this, 7.5 minutes in this broadcast. I'm very disappointed, but because of my judge training, I will not be able to do the broadcast for the URC this weekend, which truly, truly sucks. There's some big games. It could have been last weekend. They weren't big games. Huge games this weekend. The Lions are in Leinster. That's massive. 2 undefeated teams. And then we have the Stormers hosting the reigning champions Glasgow, who won at Loftus last year, the championship game. Not last year, season-wise, but this year, calendar-wise, when I was up at Loftus. And then we have the Sharks playing Munster, if I'm not mistaken. So big weekend for URC teams. It's going to be tough for the South African sides to win those games. Even the South African, God bless it. Even the game in Cape Town, it's not at DHL Greenpoint Stadium. It's actually at Stellenbosch at Danny Craven Stadium. So if you're in the Western Cape and you want to watch the Stormers this weekend, you can go. I think I said Springboks again. I keep saying that for Stormers. If you want to watch the Stormers this weekend, they're at Danny Craven Stadium, which makes for a nice spot. Erica got notified when it started. Yeah, so I think that's what's happening. That's how people are here, because I didn't advertise this. If you're not based out of Australia, you could have presented officially. Not in shorts. Yeah, no, I'm happy to go teach at those institutions, but got to get an offer. So anyway, yeah. I tell you what, if I worked on a PhD, those offers would probably fall out of the sky. But if you don't have a PhD, you're not necessarily going to get those offers. So, hello, who was that last one? Val Cooper? That was Val. Welcome, Val. Good to see you there. Yeah, no, I'd love to be in shorts, but British shorts. Yeah, old British khaki shorts walking around. Anyway, yeah. So, in other news, not a whole lot to talk about today from the news perspective. One thing to talk about, though, is the ANC is telling it's up to Al-Jamal. Rain mess with me month to month. Yeah, I'm gonna take my money and give me nothing and then stop it. Answer. Yeah, no, that's crazy. But that's common with internet service providers. I never heard of Rain before. It's the first time I heard of them. Yeah. So what was I talking about there a moment ago? Got distracted. So last night I had a meeting about something critical for the Veterans Organization after I finally worked here during the day, and then today talked this morning. I'm on a break now. This evening I have to go back to the Veterans Organization to deal with something else. Tomorrow I've got my radio show. Thursday I've got election worker training, and then Saturday I've got judges training. So it's a pretty full week. and then the election is coming up on the 5th of November. I did send a banner, a thumbnail that I made, which I plan to use for a video. Everybody's jumping on this bandwagon now about the blue walls crumbling for Kamala Harris. I don't know if the blue wall's crumbling for her. Did you get a call to join? Yeah, no, Theodoros, I haven't. I haven't got notified YouTube, but was AFP away from phone. Yeah, So I made a thumbnail about Kamala Harris's blue walls collapsing. Hello, Teresa. Been here from the start. Can only type now. I'm glad you're able to type now, Teresa. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here from the start. Be sure to hit the like button, folks. 42 folks here, 29 likes. What do you think of the background? It's a real background. It's not green screen. That's actually really there. Yeah. So the blue wall is crumbling. Real Clear Politics has Donald Trump up in every single battleground state, all 7 of them by at least 0.9 points, and more than 1 point in many cases. That is Pennsylvania, Georgia, Michigan, Arizona, Wisconsin, and Nevada, and Iowa. Yep, those 7 battleground states. He's up in every one of them. He's up in the national polls now, and she's got nothing. Her campaign is a joke. It's really sad to see what this campaign is, but the momentum must continue. And look, as I said on Biz News, Donald Trump wins on November 5th. That isn't when things end. That's when they start. That's when they get heated. The other side will resort to all sorts of things. Lawfare. They will claim it was taken. They'll claim it's not legitimate. They'll try to illegally prosecute him when he has immunity as president. And that will go on and on. So that will define much of his term, which is their goal, to distract from the deficit, to distract from the criminal alien invasion of America, to distract from our support for a proxy conflict in Ukraine with Russia. They'll try to distract from all of that while they take our fortune and give it to people all around the world while Americans go without. So Trump will have his work cut out for him when he gets back in the White House. Also, Trump will find that the bureaucracy will likely work against him once again. And many of the tools he needs at his disposal are not available because of courts that prevent the president from doing certain things with the executive branch. But it will be a bumpy 4 years. Hopefully Trump can accomplish things. One of the best things he could do to start off the bat is come up with some peace agreements in Israel and Russia. That would be fantastic. And then also some sort of way to go after the military junta in Myanmar, and then in Niger, unlikely. Mali, unlikely. Burkina Faso, unlikely. But these are places where militaries have illegitimately overthrown their democratically elected governments and stolen governance from the citizens of those countries. We could also say the same thing about Tunisia. All of this, of course, occurred on Joe Biden's watch. Tunisia has a president that is an autocrat who suspended parliament and rules like a dictator. Kais Saied, who claims he won the next election by 96%. We know that's BS. There's no way that happened. Nobody's that popular anywhere. Not even Taylor Swift gets 90%, 96% when people poll. Yeah, so give me a break. The mower is still not finished. This guy's taking a long time. Anyway, that's kind of where we sit today, folks. We're just, today's the 22nd, so 31 days. So 23rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 31. 9 days before the end of the month, and then 5 days. So 16 days until election here in America. And you always hear this, but I mean, honestly, people say the same thing I'm about to say, but the truth of the matter is this is probably the most consequential election for president in the history of this republic, except maybe 1860. That might be the one that eclipses this, but this is so critical. We cannot elect a walking doorknob with the intelligence capacity of a pissant to accede to the office of president, a puppet who's easily controlled by corporate interests and others. And her husband's compromised for his behavior with nannies, for his other activity. And so, yeah, she's compromised. We don't know what for, but no doubt about it. Anyway, so Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. America must decide. And a lot of people have already decided, folks. This stupidity of early voting, the stupidity of mail-in ballots, it's all underway in many states. And so election is already concluded for millions of Americans. They've already cast their vote one way or the other, and they can't change it. It's set in stone. So they have abrogated the concept of election day and now have election season and do things when they want to. Pretty sad. But once Trump wins this election, you'll see lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit, particularly in battleground states where the race is close, against Trump and his campaign, claiming he did this or he did that. You already see they're going after Elon Musk for offering $1 million prize for people who sign a petition in support of the First and Second Amendment. But he probably shouldn't have done that. The way it's done actually kind of, I believe, actually violates federal law, although one can make the argument it doesn't, but it's too close borderline. Elon Musk should focus on doing something productive rather than drawing attention. So we're talking about Elon Musk and the $1 million a day, and not about Donald Trump and not about his campaign. And when we talk about Kamala Harris, it's all about Donald. He is so deep in her skull that she has no idea what's going on. How do we go from 56 to 50 just like that? Shame. 35 likes. All right, thanks for being here. The sun is brutal. I got to take these off for a second. Oof, man. I have a special sensitivity to sun because I'm taking an antibiotic, which makes it worse. The melanin must retreat in the cells. Maybe I'm whiter when I take those pills. Who knows? Anyway. Oh, man. How's everybody doing out there? It's still early in the week around the world. It's still Tuesday here in the U.S. and in South Africa. But it's already Wednesday out in Asia. So how are folks doing out there? I didn't see if Alter Bridge was in here or anybody out in the other hemisphere. Eric is here and somebody's smoking. Where's that smoke coming from? I can smell cigarettes. Oof, it's terrible. Can't figure out where it's at. The other day the guy was right there in front of me. Drifted over here about 30 meters. Really annoying. So, anyway. And there's greens. Okay, there's not much chat going on here. What do you guys want to talk about? It's a chin wag. You got a topic you want to hear from me on? You want me to talk about something specific? I still smelling cigarettes. I don't know where it's coming from. Very annoying. Anyway, give me a topic and we'll riff on it. We'll talk about that topic here on today's chin wag. If you've got something, if you've got a legitimate question, I'm happy to answer that as best I can. Please feel free to pose it in the chat. All right. So this weekend's URC matchups are going to be really tough for South Africa. The Bulls could lose. The Stormers also could lose. And the Sharks, yeah, all of them, tough spot there. Tough spot for all three of those teams. Yeah. Anyway, so let's see if anybody's contributed any questions here. Nope, just people saying hi. You guys are killing me there. You're killing me. You leave me hanging here. No questions. Usually people get all kinds of questions when I go through the news. Nothing today. All right. Well, didn't want you to think I'd fallen off the face of the earth. I didn't have a medical appointment today and taking a lunch break of sorts here. So, in fact, I haven't eaten lunch in 2 weeks. So I think when I'm done here, I'll go get some lunch and take it back inside. I don't want to sit out here, particularly with lawnmowers running around. It's very annoying. The sun beating down on me. But, yeah. So nobody's got any questions. The chat just stopped. The last time I heard from Erica, that was a while ago. Flushin is here. Hey, Flushin, how's it going? All right. 57 people, 41 likes. Now there's another mower out here. It's like they're trying to piss me off. He's mowing the front lawn, but it's so loud I can hear back here. All right, anybody, did you see that Sia mentioned he's working for John Steenhuisen now? He actually put that out on social media. I got a tweet from him telling me he's doing that. So congratulations, Sile. I keep saying Sia. Sile Ingleby's Big Daddy Liberty, who's now working for the Ministry of Agriculture. Let's see how long that lasts before the racists come after him. Just a matter of time, folks. Just a matter of time. They come for everybody eventually. Come for all of us at one point or another. Well, I'm still not getting any chat here. What is that all about? Don't know. Anyway, people are there, so I don't know why it's not chatting, but no chat's coming up. Keep circulating. Let me see something. Oh, live chat. That's okay. There we go. All right. Oh, I'm missing some of the chat because it wasn't. Okay. What? Oh, there's the order. What might the order be after the election to solve big national issues? Oh, that's a good question. Thank you for that one. All right. Will Trump have, here's your questions. Will Trump have enough time to deal with all those foreign policy problems as well as the domestic ones? No, he's not. It's going to be a real challenge. And then did you see the breakup letter? I did see the breakup letter on Instagram. Yep, I did see the letter. What's your opinion on creating a demilitarized zone in Ukraine? Very good idea. The Donbass and Crimea should be demilitarized. I agree. It's a very good idea. Solution to it. Mail-in votes. What's wrong with people? I owe it to myself to physically go over and vote. I agree, Val. That's what I do. Is Ramon still employed? Yes, he is. Lucien da Silva. He's still employed. He's a government employee. He's not going anywhere for the near term, and they're going to have to pay him a lot. Sadly, I'm getting the news that there is already corruption in the votes, getting swamped in the criminal. Yeah, no, I have no evidence of that. People are making all kinds of claims. I'm not going to repeat things I don't have any evidence of. Okay, eat please. Thank you, Don. Will Trump have enough time to deal with all those foreign policy guys? No. Israel, will they attack Iran? Yes. very soon. In fact, it'd be smart if they do it before the election. What might the order be of the election? Well, the order of the election, first off, is going to be to appoint people who are loyal to the Constitution and who are not treasonous to the president. So that's number one. Number two is if he has a House and a Senate majority, it's tax cuts, immediate tax cuts. Number three is a deportation program focusing on known 600,000 criminals. That's where we start, and we make it clear that we're not stopping there, and encourage people who've entered this country illegally to get the hell out. That's what we'll do. So that's what tax cuts, and then deportation, and then after that, we're going to have to focus on trade. Yep, that should be the top order for the Trump administration when it comes in. Kamala Harris comes into office, the top policy position will be to imprison conservatives. Second thing will be to raise the nominal tax rate to a level that Americans can't pay. And then finally to tax intangibles. So if you have a house, you have a car, you have to pay tax for having that every year, a significant tax. That money will be used by Democrats to electioneer and to stay in power forever and to stack the Supreme Court with 15 justices undermining the rule of law. Those are the priorities for the Harris administration, in my view, and the priorities for the Trump administration. So there you go. I can answer that now. Surrounded by noise. Yeah, I'm sorry. Are you surrounded or I'm surrounded? Pablo says, I'm literally asking a question. I see no question there. 2 days without a cigarette. Well, congratulations, Malcolm. What is P. Diddy stuff doing? Oh, that's, what do you mean, what is P. Diddy stuff doing on politics? I don't understand the question there, Lee. What do you mean? P. Diddy is news, but what politics? Just call him Big Daddy Larry, Chris. You're murdering his name. Yeah, Val, I was. I'm tired. You know, I haven't got much sleep. I got 2 hours last night. It wasn't even straight. Chile, Cobise. No, there you go. So, my apologies. Watching Judge Joe Brown chat to Candace Owen. Wow, the info he has is scary. Yeah, no, smart guy. I want Trump to remove us from a go. We're all adults here and accountable. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Pablo. I mean, I feel for South Africa, but South Africa's not eligible. Monaco principle is what South Africa needs. Mink separate from manure. Okay, Sedgefield. Tommy Robinson on the 26th. Okay, any knowledge of where the leak came from on Israel's strategy against Iran? No, Keith. No, I don't know where that came from. It's fascinating. I think it might have been intentional. Joe Brown, well, obviously it was intentional, but it may have been intentional by the government. Joe Brown explains the Democrat plan, legal areas, and how they are trying to give them votes for the upcoming elections. Yep. Okay, what's bad news for the USA? Trump to win. So, okay. What is Israel attacking Iran? Well, they'll attack with surface-to-surface ballistic missiles. They'll also attack most likely with jet fighters for pinpoint accuracy. And they may even go after the military and attack the military. The hazard there is to attack their military that Iran might consider an act of war. But Iran has already committed an act of war, so they're already essentially at war. So screw it. Caterpillar chews so loudly. Yes, they do, said Jill. Sue came in late. Did you say Sia and Rachel splitting up? I did. Sia and Rachel Khaleesi. I always mix up Musia Maimani's wife with Sia Khaleesi's wife. Look, no judgment against people, but Musia Maimani's wife, if I recall, is quite hot. Rachel Khaleesi is rather plain. It doesn't mean she's not attractive, but by comparison. And so I always mix the two of them up. So aerial strikes most likely more surgical than anything else. Agreed, Charles, the voice of reason. So sorry, politicians was news with regard to news. I don't know what you're saying still, Lee. I'm confused. But P. Diddy is a newsworthy story, and people are talking about it all over the world. I was asked by Kristen on Business, did Sir Seretse stay loyal? Loyal to whom? I was asked about that. So, what Trump to hurt every country's economy doesn't conduct? What's this? Oh, you want Trump to hurt these economies. And then Val says, thanks for using what possibly your lunch break to toss in a chat. No, I don't get any food. I had no breakfast because I had to get here early. I get no lunch because I take my lunchtime to do a broadcast with you all. And Lee says, sorry. Sorry for what? No, I'm just confused by your question, Lee. I want to answer it. Apparently Mexican drug cartels are having green-lighted the shooting of border agents. Wow. Israelis won't put boots on the ground conventionally. No, there's no need to put boots on the ground in Iran. They can bring Iran to a halt. But I suggest, and this is not something that they're looking at and the government doesn't want them to do, but they should target Iran's oil infrastructure. Their shipping terminals, just take them out of action. But that, of course, will harm South Africa and Europe and Japan, who rely on oil from there. So they're not going to do that. Very wet flooded Port Elizabeth. Welcome to you, Robert. Yeah, PE. It's wet. We warned about that. Lots of rain. But they talked about Joburg having the problem with the watch warnings and all that. Not so much PE. So I'm surprised to hear PE is the one that's dealing with that. Anyway, yeah. So I finally got those questions up in the chat. So thank you for that. All the questions. If you got more questions, feel free to ask them. Do my best to answer them. Yeah, so Israel will strike back at Iran. It's a question of when. I think they're going to time it for right before the election, but I could be wrong. If they're doing it purely military purposes, which is what they should be doing it, then they are looking for the opportune moment, and they probably already have that in mind to have the greatest impact and the most damage when they do. But Israel will definitely strike back at Iran, and it's warranted. Iran committed an act of war in firing ballistic missiles at Israel, and then the Arab world and the Muslim world go, meh, so what? That's not right. Israel is a sovereign state. They did nothing to Iran. Iran has been a constant thorn in their sides, and quite frankly, Iran is going to get what they deserve, and they're not going to like the outcome. Not going to like the outcome, that's for sure. I hope you're getting supper. Erica, I ate dinner last night after 8, almost 9 o'clock. It's my first meal of the day. Yeah, so it's just busy, you can't do everything, so I try. Not even salty cracker. No salty crackers. I don't like salty cracker. Sorry to learn, Chris. What are you sorry? Lee, there's nothing to be apologized for, but I don't understand. So your question, I really want to answer your question. I didn't understand it. Will Israel go after the nuclear research facilities? Yes, they will. Do they have enough bunker busters? That's a question I don't answer. I don't know if they have any Moabs or bunker busters, or how many they have. I'm sure they have some, but if they have some that were self-defense and they use that, then that's going to draw a lot of attention. Because the mother of all bombs, it's pretty obvious that it was a mother of all bombs. Joe Brown also talks about Kamala Cackle Harris. He explains Kamala is an Indian name, Indian deity, not black. Yeah, no, she's not black. That's just a myth. It's a lie. She has virtually no black African DNA in her. She is the product of a communist Caribbean islander, Jamaican if I'm not mistaken, who is overwhelming of European descent. He's got some African descent mixed in with him, but he's overwhelming European descent. Her communist father and her Indian mother, who came over here as a student, both came as a student. They met, they got married, knocked boots, and produced little Kamala. Hey, there's a super chat from somebody, from Lee. It says, oh, it's just a 70 Rand. So not just 70 Rand, but it's just a super sticker. Thank you for that, Lee. Thank you. I think the mullah will have to hide for a month or two. Yeah. Yeah, so what was I reading there? Oh, Kamala Harris, yes. So she's not black. Israel will not use nuclear. No, they won't. No. They won't cross that line. That's correct, Charles. That they will not use nuclear weapons. There's no need to use nuclear weapons. That is a game changer. That will end Israel. But if anyone else has nuclear weapons, they'll fire them in Israel, and then it's over. So they won't use them. They won't escalate. Just like Russia has not used them in Ukraine yet. But I know they've been itching to use tactical nuclear weapons for some time. They just haven't done it. And that's pretty scary. You think about it, tactical nuclear weapons. Not something that we should be doing. The world's a crazy place, isn't it? Anyway, so there you have that. Yeah, so couldn't choose my parents. You don't get black like me in the NC. Who was that? It's Dylan, okay. Lee, well, thanks for being here, and thanks for the super sticker, and sorry to see you go pretty quickly like that. By the way, it's not showing on my screen. It doesn't show me. Usually it shows the super sticker. You did give a super sticker for 70 Rand. I don't see anything on the screen. That is weird. YouTube stealing my money? Anyway, thank you for donating. Yeah, folks, I'm really tired. I could probably use a nap, but I'm not getting paid to take a nap, so. Anyway, what's that? Someone wrote to me. What's your opinion on the political environment in countries such as Uruguay, governed by center-right Christian Democratic Party? Well, center-right governments tend to be okay. They're reasonable. They're reasonable. They tend to get things done. They're rational people, so that's an important consideration. Whereas leftist parties are so far off the reality scale that it's a joke to even consider them legitimate political parties. So yeah, that's I'm sure they're okay. I mean, Hungary has a center-right, but is often called a far-right party in charge. Steam Crab saying, no, Charles, those are a weekend thing. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, occasionally on a Monday if they have them. They don't have them every day. Yeah, there's a lot of people eat those crabs, so The last batch I got wasn't that great. They were on sale because someone ordered a bushel and then canceled the order after they'd already steamed them. So they had all these crabs steamed. When I called, they just finished pulling them out. But by the time I picked them up and came home, they were really cold, and they're not that good when they're cold. But I ate them all. So but I got $20 off, so that was good news. Nice to get them for a more reasonable price. Sorry, people parking. Uruguay, Hungary. Yeah, Hungary is an interesting place. Yeah, they don't like Viktor Orban at the European Union. And I'll put it this way. Anybody that doesn't like you at the European Union is probably somebody worth meeting or dismissing. Good evening, Vilma. How's it going? Anyway, yeah, so got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday still to do this. Then we got the election coming up after that. Then I have to start planning my next journeys, so that should be interesting. Try to set some money aside for that. Pay for the plane ticket, get in the air, and come over. I've been asked repeatedly by people about when I'm coming back to South Africa. I don't have an answer on that. Homemade burgers for supper. Okay, cool. That's great. It's a lot less expensive than going out to eat. That's for sure. Especially here. The markup in restaurants is very high. Very high. Anyway, all right. Watched a Dirty Harry movie. Oh, very few whites. That may have been true at one time in Oakland, but not VFWs in general. Yeah, Dirty Harry. I love that series. Clint Eastwood. What an incredible, iconic American. He won't be with us forever. He's in his 90s now. But Clint Eastwood, what an iconic man. What a stud. What a great actor. What a great conservative he is. He used to be the mayor of Carmel. Yep. Anyway, folks, I'm going to wrap it up here. I have a short one today. Thank you so much for your support. Be sure to hit the like button before you go. And thank you for your time, everybody. God bless. We'll catch you here later today if something happens, or tomorrow. Cheers.